So this is our singles love reading. We're going to be choosing from the Oracle deck. I love this beautiful deck. It's called Whispers of Love. Beautiful illustrations. I've got it in the description below in case you guys feel like going out there and treating yourself. True love. So pretty. And actually, we're going to choose from this deck too. The universe fucking loves me. Just because we feel like it. And then we're going to actually open it up to a few tarot questions. If any of this resonates with you, please consider liking and subscribing to this channel. It allows me to get the readings out to those of you who would benefit from them. And it also makes me feel good. So I appreciate it in advance. And if it doesn't resonate, no worries. You just keep on keeping on and find one that does. All right, so Taurus in love. Just that one feels right. Slow down. Pause and allow things to unfold. You don't need to force anything. Slow down, pause, and allow things to unfold. We're going to keep her right there, and we're going to choose from the universe. Fucking loves me deck. And see what insight we get from this small but powerful deck. Taurus in love. Oh. What if it's possible I am guided, protected, and loved? I choose to remember that I am never alone. All right, we're gonna probably be touching back on that, I have a feeling. So, first card out, we're asking, where is Taurus right now in love? Where's Taurus right now? Please make it clear, Spirit. Thank you. Where is Taurus? Ace of Wands, possibility. And, you know, the Wands is full of passion. It's these little sparks. It's kind of like when you light a match, you know, and there's that big bloom of flame. And of course, if you don't feed it to anything, you don't put paper there or anything, it goes out on its own. But that brilliant amount of energy, there's so much possibility with it, right? Okay, so we're going to get clarity on that in a moment. But first, we're going to find out what should Taurus say yes to in love? What should Taurus say yes to? Please make it clear, Spirit. These are just flying. Oh, that feels good. The Sun card. I love the Sun card. Who doesn't love the Sun card, right? Yeah, that feels good. We'll come back to that. What does Taurus say no to? Please make it clear, Spirit. What is two? We're going to get two today. King of Wands and the Emperor. Okay. Feels like people. Of course, you know, just because in the card it's like depicted with a male, you know, this is masculine energy. So of course it goes for females as well, but y'all know that. We're going to get a little more clarity with the different Rider-Waite Tarot deck. One shuffle for good luck. All right, so clarity on the Ace of Wands for Taurus and love. Currently where they're at, Ace of Wands. Ooh, you know what? A lot came out, a big old chunk, and we're gonna take it all. Strength, Queen of Cups, and the Two of Swords. Strength, Queen of Cups, and the Two of Swords. All right. What to say yes to for Taurus? What to say yes to for Taurus? Love. What does Taurus say yes to? Ten of Pentacles. The big picture stuff, you know, zooming out. How you want your life to look in the future and what kind of legacy you want to leave behind. What do you want to continue? Stability and financial stability at that. One more card on what to say yes to for Taurus, please. Yeah, this feels like commitments. Yeah, you want commitments. It's big picture and it requires patience. It's not always the funnest, right? It doesn't come with as many one-night stands, but sometimes it does. Sometimes that's where it starts. All right, so in what to say no to for Taurus, we've got just, again, the King of Wands. We've got the Emperor. What to say no to for Taurus and love. What to say no to. Again, we have two. And Judgment. We've got Five of Pentacles and Judgment. Interesting. That's somewhat complicated. I'm going to get one more. King of Pentacles. You know, I feel like there's a lot of energies over here. What to say no to. Interesting. It feels like I'm going to start here. I'm going to just start here. Where you're at right now, right? There's this spark of inspiration, passion, right? This could be multiple sparks. This could be the hope of something, right? But there's a stuck feeling with the Two of Swords, a decision that can't quite be made. It feels a little cloudy. Possibly anxiety attached to that, or some fears attached to that. It feels like a fear of compromising something. With the Strength card, fear of losing something, fear of possible heartache. Because the Queen of Cups, she makes her decisions not from a place of logic. She makes her decisions, this feminine energy makes this decision, or their decisions, from a place of passion. And along with passion comes vulnerability, right? Because sometimes with our heads, we make decisions that allow us to not engage with our hearts. And this character is fully engaged, and this feels quite close to you, Taurus. I feel that the reason why there might be indecision here currently in love is that one doesn't want to compromise and create vulnerability where there is new sparks, new love. And that's just unfortunately part of the deal, isn't it? What to go towards? This is your idealism. This is your hopes and dreams. Do you fantasize about what a commitment would look like? What a marriage would look like? Do you fantasize about the stability that would bring? How your families could come together? Do you fantasize about doing things traditionally together, creating your own traditions? If you do, then say yes to them, because it's just beckoning you. With that Sun card, it all falls into place. It's just, this energy is beckoning to you to come towards the light. Just simply go towards it. It's very simple. And I'm going to bring up your Oracle card. I'm going to bring it back here. Is what if it's possible that I'm guided, protected, sorry about the glare, and loved? I choose to remember that I'm never alone. So sometimes that's a good place to start. You know what I mean? In order to manifest that very thing and more of it in the future. So pondering and considering what creates that stability now in your life, even if it's not necessarily looking exactly like you want it down the road. There does feel like there's a certain amount of patience that's required here, because it's time for you to live towards that ideal. And ideals are tricky things, aren't they? But keeping in mind that, you know, vulnerability and fear is just part of it. It means that you're in the game, you're not in the stands. And being in the stands, that's not where you want to be, Taurus. Being in the stands sucks. What is that saying? Like, you miss all the shots, 100% of the shots you don't take, or you know the saying. And this is interesting because this is your column of representing what to say no to, what energies to not go towards. And I just got tingling in my left arm. Don't believe it. If there's voices outside yourself or the voice inside yourself, that feels possibly abandoned or like you have to make a choice and compromise, or be abandoned. you don't have to believe the hype. You don't have to go directly towards that. You don't have to internalize that. You can let that sit. Focus on this. Why are we getting... There's almost either the Emperor is an authority figure, it's the advice that you're getting, or the pressure you're getting to choose between. There's a fear of being abandoned here. There's a fear of being alone. Clarity on what's not to say. Queen of Pentacles. Wow. On top of and the Magician. This could be a mother and a father and the pressures they might be putting on you. They might have a wonderful relationship. For some of you, you have a mother and father that look like they did it all right. They did it all good. They've got probably a photo of their wedding somewhere still in the house on a mantle, you know, and it's all outdated with their like 1980s or 1990s or 1970s, depending on what generation you're you know, wedding dress, and it's all outdated and fun. But you know, things are not what they always seem on the surface. And if we're speaking of ideals, right, and the pressures being put on you, the fear that you're going to make the wrong choice if you just manifest, if you try to, you can't necessarily walk on their footsteps. You know, surfaces are not very deep. If you're going to go towards ideals, go towards what is your personal ideal. It might not necessarily find the differences between you and them. And you know what? Celebrate those differences. You know? And just let things kind of roll out naturally. And yes, it does require patience. I'm sorry, because sometimes patience sucks. But believe in this, believe in the Sun card, believe in that warmth and the fantasies if you're having any of that. What does that union look like that you want with that person? And take your time. Don't try to manifest what others had. Even if there's pressures, even if there's the fear that you might not fit in, or you might not be making them proud, or you might feel alienated. Don't focus on that. These are bad people. They didn't do bad things. Like this is, it just is what it's a different, they're different from you. Allow yourself to just flow into this beautifully. Flow towards your fantasies. And don't you worry about the Two of Swords. Don't you worry about the vulnerability. You're incredibly strong. And you sometimes look stronger on the outside than you feel on the inside, but it's worth the fogginess. It's worth the confusion sometimes. It means you're in the game. It means you're playing. I hope that's helpful. Taurus, if this resonated again, please hit the like button. Please subscribe. It makes me feel all warm and fuzzy. It makes me feel like the Sun card inside here. It makes me feel like that, Taurus. I hope this was helpful. Sending you love.